Hello there, James here. Hope you guys are doing okay out there. Um, um, I probably wonder what, just getting a little daylight in here, but a little darkness. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Um, I want to show you guys something. It's dealing with this Hawaii situation. I'll play a couple of videos, and first I'm gonna start with Al Jazeera, and then I'll go on from here about Hawaii.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
You're viewing parks and stuff. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I only got a 6 cents.
And a head-up display.
Let's unravel the mystery together, right here, right now. Subscribe for more and follow us on our blog on medium.com. Let's get into this.
Some of the things that's already been happening is realtors are calling families who lost everything, offering them to buy their property and their home for pennies on the dollar, just pennies on the dollar. So it's pretty offensive to us that people won't even give us the time to grieve properly.
Ain't that something? They're already, after it's been burned up over, they want to buy property. That's crazy. Wait till I tell you about this next story.
First necessity we have, of course, was water. Our water system was shut down at the time, so we gathered a bunch of water, juices, sodas. We have fresh fruit from all over the island here, papayas, bananas, fresh breadfruit. This is a big staple for us Hawaiians.
The recovery from this tragedy is proceeding. It's proceeding extremely vigorously. As you know, the tragedy occurred on the 8th, late. Immediately, we asked for support, and the world has stepped up. Our communities have stepped up. Before I go too far, I want to say how much we appreciate those who supplemented the things that we were unable to do in the early days.
Investigation revealed that Mindy had made an unusual driving pattern. She had driven across the bridge to the toll booth area, turned around, briefly entered Interstate 75, then returned and drove north on the bridge.
Yeah, that's what's going on over in Hawaii, but there's some more stuff is going on.
If you haven't played,
More going on over there. Here's his next story. This gonna trip you out.
What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and over the past couple of days I took a step back from YouTube and I've really just been observing the aftermath of these wildfires down in Maui. Now, before you go crazy, listen, I'm aware of all of the theories. The theories about lasers and direct energy weapons, and if you remember, months ago, back when that Chinese spy balloon was flying over America, I showed you a video of actual lasers, Chinese lasers, over Hawaii, but that's neither here nor there. I think it's important for people to realize that natural disasters happen. Natural disasters have been happening since the beginning of time. Natural disasters are not some type of new phenomenon. However, when you look at the mainstream media's response and you look at the response from the powers that be, we'll just call them that, they're not blaming this on like just a natural disaster. No. They're saying that this is a result of climate change. So, right off the bat, that lets you know that they're not being truthful about the situation. In my opinion, this could be anything. Maybe some power lines fell over, which I've seen videos of that. Maybe this was a natural occurrence. Maybe it was something else. But one thing I know for sure it's not a result of climate change. If If you have common sense, like most of you all do, watching this video, then you know that climate change is a scam. Sure, the climate changes. The climate has been changing since the beginning of time. Bad weather has been around since the beginning of time. And I know it feels hot this summer, but it's not any hotter than it usually is. So don't let them brainwash you into thinking, oh, it's those politicians' faults that there are hurricanes and thunderstorms. It's so crazy to even go along with that nonsense, but a lot of people do. In fact, there's someone watching this video right now just sitting there punching the air. How dare you sit on my show, God? I'm part of the climate change cult. I don't care about any of that. But here's the thing. I am willing to believe that the fires in Maui are just part of a natural disaster, but if the powers that be in the mainstream media are feeding me this conspiracy about climate change and it's politicians' fault, it's your fault, it's because you ate steak and you cook on gas stoves, it's because of all the cow farts. Listen, I don't got time for any of that nonsense. So, if the mainstream media just actually, blamed this on a wildfire, a natural occurrence, then I don't think that many people would be as inclined to believe that there were direct energy weapons responsible for the fires in Maui. The reason why people are automatically going to theories or what some would label as conspiracies is because the other side is floating conspiracy theories of their own about climate change being responsible for this. And it really does seem, I know that I said that natural disasters, they're just a part of life. They've been happening for a long time. But it does seem that since these climate change cult weirdos have been trying to spread this climate change nonsense, all of a sudden these disasters are happening maybe kind of at a higher rate, or better yet, the response to these disasters is lackluster. Which it kind of always was, but it's even more lackluster than before. And I think they do that for a reason, because they want you to view these situations as worse than they had to be. And make no mistake about it, the situation down in Maui is way worse than it had to be. The alarm system, they have like the best alarm system in America to warn them about things like this. It was non-existent. No warning. The water systems did not work. And as I've been sitting back, I was thinking about not covering this story because it's a tragic story. And it kind of takes a toll on me when I have to sit here and constantly report on all of this bad news, but it is what it is. It's necessary. And the reason why I think it's necessary for me to cover this story now is because it's obvious that we're not getting the truth. And that's not just me sitting here in the comfort of my home saying we're being lied to. No, the people of Maui are speaking out. And they're saying that we're not getting the whole truth about what's going on. People are literally getting robbed as they stand in the rubble of their homes that used to be there. Last time I checked, the death toll that's being reported by the mainstream media is somewhere like around 100. I keep seeing different, media outlets report different things. One media outlet says it's 86 people. One outlet says it's 92. One outlet says it's 100. But the people of Maui say that the death toll may be in the thousands. And they're not reporting that. Why? Why isn't this the biggest news story in the world right now? I mean, I don't know how many of you all have been paying attention, but if you look at Maui, it looks like a war zone. In fact, it looks worse than a war zone. You can take clips from war-torn Ukraine, and it looks way better over there than it looks in Maui right now. It looks like a nuclear bomb dropped on Maui and decided to take out all of the homes of the people who live there besides the billionaires like Oprah. No, their houses are okay. A lot of the trees seem to be okay. But the cars, the homes, all of that property that's just really expensive property, but haven't been able to grab huge portions of this land from the people like they want to. So there's a lot of plans, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on behind the scenes in Maui that we will get to in future videos if you would like. But right now, there's one thing that's just really eating me up inside. Apparently, school was canceled that day. Parents went on to work, and the kids stayed at home. A lot of the people who are missing, and they don't want you to know this, a lot of the people, in fact, I would say probably the majority of the missing people are kids. Kids who stayed home from school because they shut down school. Parents had to go to work, and then these kids got caught in the wildfire, or in the direct energy fire, or in the climate change fire. Whatever the hell you want to label it, they got caught in the madness. And there are hundreds of kids missing right now, possibly dead. I don't know if they're even going to be able to recover the charred remains. I don't know. It's a really messed up situation, y'all. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and play this clip real quick on the news, because people who live in the area are the ones reporting this. This is not me creating a conspiracy theory in my mind to come to YouTube to get views. No, the people of Maui are reporting this, and the mainstream media is covering it up. Let's go ahead and check out this clip.
Some are questioning the systems there, what failures there were. Have you thought about that? Is there talk among the locals of what could have been done to prevent this tragedy?
Yeah, a lot of talk. They could have given us warning. They sent all the kids home from school because of the wind advisory, and we found out yesterday that we lost a whole neighborhood of children.
Yes, horrific. The Lahaina Luna housing area, all the kids were home. One of our co-workers messaged us yesterday saying every one of his friends in the neighborhood is dead.
A whole neighborhood of kids just gone. Just like that. More than likely no longer with us. But you see, this is why we're not getting the full story. Because if you had the full story, theories to the side, theories about lasers and direct energy weapons to the side, if you got the full story about what's going on here, you would be outraged. And the people of Maui are outraged. But they're also demoralized. They lost everything. Their neighbors lost everything. They lost loved ones. They lost pets. They lost all of the memories inside of their homes. But a whole neighborhood of kids just gone. And it's crazy because the death toll is still sitting at like around 100. But, you know, the people of Maui claim, oh, there's tons more. And we know there's at least, and this is what the mainstream media is reporting, so whatever the mainstream media reports, go ahead and just times it times 2 or 3. Multiply it times 2 or 3. That's what I usually do. So, reports are there's like 1,000 people missing. People in Maui seem to believe there may be up to 3,000 people. But what we know here is a huge chunk of these people are all kids who are told to stay at home that day. Told to stay at home that day. And most of these kids haven't been reported as dead yet. They're reported as missing. And I don't want to be that person, but I'll be that person. I'm wondering, you know, what exactly happened to these kids? I'm hoping that they're alive. But at the same time, I'm wondering, like, were people snatching up kids in the process? Whole neighborhoods full of kids just gone? Just gone. For the life of me, like I said, I don't want to be that person, but I have to ask, what else is going on here? Could some of these kids been snatched up and hauled up and taken away in the process? I don't want to think like that, but at the same time, I don't want to think that all of these kids burned. because of the failure of the people who were supposed to, you know, make sure that things like this don't happen and natural disasters happen. You can't necessarily stop it, but you can handle a better response. And the response here was a total failure. Warning signs, a total failure. And mind you, not too long ago, Hawaii put off an alarm about potential missiles coming. Do y'all remember that? Their alarm system worked so well that in the middle of the night one night, an alarm went off everywhere in Hawaii that there was an incoming missile, but it turned out that it was a false alarm. So, the alarm works to scare people about missiles in the middle of the night, but the alarm doesn't work when it comes to this raging fire, hurricane, whatever the hell this was. And you know, I've seen so many wildfires over the years, they're all devastating. But, you know, this one looks a lot different. This one looks crazier than anything that I've really seen. And I'm not saying that's because this is the result of direct energy weapons. I'm just saying that this looks really crazy. And as the people of Maui are trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what they're going to do, our country is sending $24 more billion to Ukraine. Let's go ahead and send billions of dollars to Ukraine. You want to know how much the people of Maui got? They got $700. The people of Maui got $700 per household. Not per person, per household. So hey, you lost your kid, you lost your pets, you lost your home, you lost your car. You don't know what you're going to do with your life? Don't worry, we got you. Here's $700. Meanwhile, we're getting ready to send $26 billion to Ukraine for Lord knows what. They're not even fucking winning, okay? They're getting stomped on over there, regardless of what the mainstream media wants to tell you. That's the reality. So if you're a Ukraine cuck with Ukraine flags in your bio, just know that y'all are getting your asses whooped over there, and we're fitting the bill for it, while our people in the U.S. have been abandoned. The people of Maui will be abandoned and forgot about, just like the people of East Palestine, Ohio. No one's coming to check on them. The president is sitting on the beach somewhere else. So if you ask me, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, this is the result of this or this is the result of that. But I can tell you that the response to this situation is laughable. It is laughable. Oprah walking around with camera crews. And all of these people, they're salivating right now. Because regardless if you think this happened on purpose or you think this was just a natural disaster, the reality is, the powers that be, the rich and powerful, they're not sad about what happened to Maui. Their eyes are like, cha-ching, cha-ching. You know, your pupils get replaced with the money sign because they're planning on buying up all of this land and turning it into whatever they want to turn it into. It's so disgusting and sad and it's infuriating. But I just find it so odd that here we have one of the biggest news stories in the world, and it's kind of being brushed under the rug that, hey, we got whole neighborhoods of kids missing. Whole neighborhoods of kids missing. Oh, man. This is one of those stories that really gets me riled up, I can tell you that. But I got a lot more to talk about, a lot more to look into, a lot more to show you all. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the...
Wow. That's crazy.
I debate whether or not to even do this particular commentary. Because I don't want people to think that I'm being spirited or cruel or in the sense of all those negative things that we associate when people don't respond in a particular way to someone's pain and suffering or tragedy. But given how Black Americans or Blacks around the globe, especially in the United States, have been treated for so many hundreds of years, I think it's high time that the Black community stop sticking our necks out for everybody, stop praying and trying to help everybody. Now, what happened in Hawaii was said, hearing that people was pushed out into the ocean and watching the town burn down, the historic buildings, family heirlooms, people who lost loved ones, they lost pets, they lost people who have need medical care or medicine. I mean, it's sad. I'm not gonna lie. It's sad. It's tragic. But I'm not gonna lie to you. The last probably 10 years or so, when I hear about tragedies that befall other communities, I stopped for a second. I said, how many of those communities cry for us? How many of those communities say, hey, we need to help our black brothers and sisters, whether it be here in the United States or across the globe? How many times we go on social media, or even on this platform, YouTube, and people have sent some comments, made some videos, have made memes out of them. When we got people that get kidnapped or attacked, I remember these white kids, a lot of these young white guys and women, they don't do as much as they did today, but back then they was put into music and stuff. When the people of Flint, Michigan was talking about the water they were drinking was poison, was nasty, there was no outrage across the country. Hell, Barack Obama was president and he didn't do anything. He's the president. He could have got with the Joint Chiefs of Staff and what's not because they call it Army Corps of Engineers. When the United States military comes in and they do construction disaster projects and stuff, they build bridges. When Hurricane Katrina happened, Army Corps of Engineers went in and built them new levees and all that stuff. We seen it. I've seen the new construction, fix streets and roads and neighborhoods that had no issue just to maintain a look or keep their communities employed. But what got me is when I saw Oprah. They said Oprah got land in there, and Oprah's giving out, passing out stuff. She was asking people to help send donations and their prayers. But Oprah lived in Chicago for damn near 30 years. Okay? Her studios, Harper Studios, was on the heart of the West Side. Right about two or three streets over from where the Chicago Stadium and United stands today. Okay? Her and Michael Jordan saw that part of town. They helped gentrify, whether they did it directly or not. They saw black people get put out of their homes. They could put parking lots, or they wanted land grabs. When we had people begging for Oprah to speak up or Michael Jordan to speak up, they said nothing. Oprah Harpo Studios, when she left Chicago, she went out here with the quickness. She shitted on black Chicago more than one time. But what did she do? She should have said, well, you know what, back in the day, and I'm going to be fair to her because she probably didn't get these levels. And I told you guys before, I remember one of my subs, I don't know if they still follow me, they said they had a similar idea the way I did. I wrote to Harpo Studios and I said if they had any use equipment they like to donate to our school, or they help us fundraise to get, because I don't know if y'all remember back in the 90s, if you saw a lot of high schools, they still got them today in some schools, they had put like TV screens up, and they had like, or they like you know how they used to do those little cable channels, the public access channels. They'll have somebody read with community events or something like that going on. I had that idea because I was in drama. And I figured, every year the equipment was getting the technology. I'm pretty sure she had equipment that her studio would probably love to rid off the tax write-offs. They respond, oh, we don't do that. We didn't come to find out they did it with other places. Catholic school right around the corner from the school I went to. She went there and she was singing their praises. But you had all the black high schools and grammar schools in the area, and she didn't visit not more. You had Maryland, you had Flower, you had Marshall, you had Crane, you had Westinghouse, you had Collins, you had Orr, you had Austin, you had Farragut, you had something, I forget the rest, maybe a few more on that west side of that area. And I talked to other black kids, say, we had the same idea. But I remember writing 2 letters. Now, to be fair, I highly doubt Oprah sees all of them. But the thing is, she's asking people to aid, because she done this before, ask people to help in other communities. When the whole thing, when the economy started taking away, she did show about drugs. She said, release name opioids. And she didn't want to push that thing, opioids, and talk about we need to help these communities. But I remember back in the day, they treat the black community like all the black community know better. They don't care. They have no morals. Da 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 da. Michael Jordan didn't want anything to do with the community. He spent a large chunk of his adult years in Chicago, and he has nothing to do with the Chicago area. President Obama had some nerve to ask people the other day. They want to do a telethon asking people to donate money and supplies to Hawaii. You the motherfucking president, former president of the United States. You rich. You got houses in Washington, house in Hawaii, house in Martha's Vineyard. You don't come back to Chicago for the shit just to vote. And like, I'm still a suburban registrar here in Chicago. You have nothing to do. You grab it right under the bus. You do the congregation that you belong to under the bus. Chicago take hit every day in the media. You don't come back, don't have any interaction. You got suburbs in Chicago here, black suburbs who have the infrastructure problems and stuff. So to sit there and have a nerve to turn around, look at the camera, and say with a straight face, help these people. There have been black folks that I know that certain military said they went to Hawaii and it's the cost of living is high. You have those men and women who got more connection than us than they can admit, doing the same thing that all these other melanated people do in the United States. They want to glam on to white supremacy. They want to be seen as white. Remember when the late Paul Mooney said Samoans? He said they Samoan blacks. We all know that. We know just like Vivian Basami, skin just as dark as ours, got more connection than us. But they sit back and they crap on us. When black people are suffering, people make jokes out of it. Nobody say, yo, we need to help raise money for these particular communities. We need to go out and vote and make sure everybody got a strong infrastructure. Why are we putting all these garbage plants and pits in black communities? Why are we closing down schools in their community? Why are we doing these things? Long as y'all cool, everybody's happy. And when y'all give a tragedy like a wildfire, tornadoes, or hurricanes, or earthquake, y'all praying on Sunday morning. You got the black pastors. We gotta pray. We're gonna take donations. We're gonna send water, toiletry. We do all that, but you got people here. That's why so many people, myself included, were insulted. Now, I don't live in the city of Chicago. I live in the Chicago area, meaning the suburbs or the area surrounding Chicago, or just outside of Illinois limits. They call it Chicagoland area, right? And I'm sitting there watching. I'm telling friends and family, like, you guys need to be paying attention to who you vote for. Oh, voting don't mean anything. Okay, if it don't mean nothing. When shit goes awry, don't complain. Don't say shit. And so I'm sitting there watching the city get rid of a mayor that was doing her job. But the media decided we're going to get rid of her. We want to destroy her. And they got a new mayor that was, at least he's black. Okay, got in. This dude has been everywhere else but the black community. The west side of Chicago that's being gentrified, but still got a large number of blacks over there, was flooded out back in June and July. It was flooded out. And I have friends and family that live in that area, and I'm sitting there saying, wait a minute, okay, if it rained that hard, why did downtown flood? Downtown sit right on the damn lake. Well, they shipped all that water to inward. They put it in the city. They didn't release that water into the deep tunnel projects, the tunnels. They built these tunnels, real big ass tunnels, for that express purpose to take all that excess water. So I'm sitting up here watching how these politicians tell black folks we can't do this and do that. Like I was telling some family, I said, you know, every alderman, they got their particular budget for their ward, for the area that they manage. They know but mayors, many mayors in their neighborhood. Street lights, trash pickup, street repairs, garbage cans. They're supposed to try to get business to come into their area. They don't do none of that because we don't question anything. And then we have this thing, we have a 20, 30-year delay, we want to get angry. And then other communities, they go in and they get business diverted into their neighborhoods. And you be sitting there and you be like, why they get everything and then we don't? And then what they do is they go to those companies, they stand with those companies and say, well, you know why they not in this neighborhood crime? They not just because they don't spend any money. And we sitting there. But when shit hits those communities, we out there with the capes on. Last year when Highland Park had that shoot, you had these handkerchief head Chicago black pastors going to Highland praying. But when black people shot, whether they gangs or not, whether they criminals or not, you don't see none of the people from Highland come over to the south or west side. Just last weekend, this Hispanic couple lost their child in their park they shoot going across the country. They bypassed the drive into Illinois from Florida. They got you coming. You had to go past the south and west side. So they went all the way to Highland Park, Illinois. And I see people on TV, black folks, now they stop and get mad. Y'all should see the same way the media even dismiss it. The little boy got paralyzed. We had the man in Chicago. Now, let me say something right now. I'm 47 years old. Chicago started back in the 60s. It was really big back in the 70s and 80s, right? So, of course, my parents and people of that age range listen to some of their music. And those of us who are Generation X, we can help them listen to that shit. But some kid born within the last 10, 15 years, how the fuck they know what Chicago is? They went and gave this, donated money to this little boy. The Chicago Bears had their new quarterback, Justin Fields, taking photo op. But what black kids get paralyzed in wheelchairs, they send the fucking mascot. I get that. And then around the holidays, shut the niggers up. Go get some turkeys and hams for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And they go get the kids at the church. They go get the most destitute looking kids. The kids look so dejected. Mothers and fathers look like they don't care how they be seen. They put them on camera. How do you feel about getting a toy? As I get something to stand the camera. They don't do that to other people. And people make jokes and memes and politics talk about us, and we don't say shit. But when an earthquake hit, tornado hit, forest, all this shit, natural disaster or man-made disaster, oh my gosh, that shit happened in Ohio, the train derailed. Tucker Carlson and all that Fox and those politicians say, if it's up to the black community, they would have took care of it, and they would never make the news. You'd be surprised how many trucks have crashed and train derailments in our neighborhoods. And you got all that garbage pickup. They in the heart of the city. On the north side of Chicago is a park was an island called Goose Island, right? And they had all these recycle places. Because on that north side, just like it was on the south and west side, you had factory areas for years. But now those motherfuckers, the families that ran from the city went to the burbs. Where they kids say, I'm going to school downtown. I work in downtown high rise. I make $75. I get $7 grand a year. I don't want to look at that shit. So where you gonna put those companies at? You can't go to the suburbs. Kind of people who ain't moving for them suburbs. Like you ain't bring that shit out here. So you do one or two things. You can outsource it out of the country, or you put it within the heart of the black community. And we wonder why we got asthma, why we got cancer, why we got skin diseases and shit. Then you got the corporations, the supermarkets. Black people eat too, but you got not one major supermarket in our neighborhood. If you do, it's positioned somewhere where other ethnicities can get to it, and you just have a byproduct of it. So I guess what I'm saying is this. Why do we always try and want to say we help everybody else, but we don't get no aid, no respect for nothing? When I remember back when the Bulls were starting to win up championships, I went to school with kids. They would come home, we come from school the next day. They looking like, what happened? Why you smell like burnt wood? Man, our house burnt down last night, but we don't even, well, I got able to close on our back. And then you knew that was burnt, the city was set wrong for. You can't prove it, but you know there was real estate people doing shit in the domain. Now, one time did those black politicians or white politicians or people in other communities, or our so-called allies, first of all, our allies say, you guys gotta pick your battles. You guys gotta know when to say something. Every time I go into that city and I have to go on that west side of Chicago, I tear up. Because I know what was left vacant due to white flight or the King assassination riots. But then you got big buildings that could have been fixed up, low income or rent control. They either let them sit right out and tear them down, or they gut them out and push people out of the community. But now you let a bunch of illegals come in and they're gonna tell you what they're gonna do and what they're not gonna do. And black folk, we just sitting there like, wait a minute, when we gonna get ours? When they gonna have sympathy for us? So my thing is, when things happen to other groups of people, why should we as black folk always put our capes on? Why should we always go to their rescue? Now I'm not saying everybody in these groups deserve our scorn or ridicule or we need to be ignored. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is that after damn near 500 years and something, we as black people gotta understand that we gotta stand on our own. We gotta start looking out for our community, our priorities. Because they wait for us to make a mistake. They hoping that we make mistakes. I mean, watch these videos. They get off. Like a lot of y'all last was making a video about the chairs, making memes and shit. Like, okay, it was funny for the first 2 days. After a while, they got tired. I said, y'all need to understand that man, that boat captain, those black folks who faces that everybody can go get information on, that kid that swam across, that get over there to that dock, they are vulnerable. Y'all remember part of the country they in. Now I tip my hat to our people. We got the brother out on bail. But why haven't black folks said to the media, like, why don't y'all call these people racist? Why y'all dancing around certain things? But when black folk get accused, oh, you homophobic, you're reverse racist, you're anti-Semite, you're chauvinist. It's funny how we get labeled with everything. It's funny how when we're in pain, people make jokes. People was making memes out of Trayvon Martin. Remember that? Remember that? People was telling us how dare we get angry or why we messing with Carolyn Bryant. That bitch lived up like free as a bird. She's an old woman, let it go. But y'all still hunting down Nazis, 100 years old. So I asked myself, why should I be so sympathetic to everybody else? I mean, human beings, if you're good, if you believe in the high spirit, or you're a good person, you want to help everybody. And I'm not saying don't help anybody. But at some point, we in the black community got to hold a mirror up and say, wait a minute, what are we going to do for us? When are we going to stop being selfish, everybody? When are we going to stop letting everybody come in our community and don't live in the community, take our money and strengthen other communities? Look what they doing in rap. What they doing? They talk about 50 years of hip hop. All I keep seeing is Fat Joe, Pitbull, and I'm like, really? See, it's time for us to be selfish. It's time for us to be arrogant like everybody else in this planet. Because we keep suffering. It's the reason why our community is disarray. Everybody come in and whisper in our ears, and then we get angry and we lash out at each other. You want me, Barack Obama, want us to send money and prayers to those people in Hawaii. Okay, that's sad. But the federal government, the local government got to deal with it. Remember they said to us, when black people said, hey, we need aid, we need reparations, we don't owe y'all live in the past. Put yourself up by your bootstraps. So guess what? Go to y'all, you talk to your insurance companies. Your state need to get your money. They already estimated this might be anywhere between $5 to maybe $8 billion in damages. And guess what? They're gonna get aid. That's a tourist trap. But then guess what I heard today? They said those vultures who are in the real estate, they in contact people. You want to sell your land, you want to sell your property, and they on TV like, how dare you take advantage of us? But people been taking advantage of us for hundreds of years. And everybody's gotten a big laugh off of it. Everybody's benefited from some way. So if you want me to have tears for everybody else, have some tears for us. Have some compassion for us. But if you don't have compassion for us, no tears for us, no respect for us, don't expect me to go in my pockets anymore. Those are over with. I used to volunteer. I used can give money to the Red Cross. I can give money to the Salvation Army because I said by the grace of God that I was able to to support myself and be able to get places. Because everybody's not blessed to get a steady job or have a roof over their head or living in sanitary conditions or relatively safe conditions or being able to travel. A lot of us take the shit that we got for granted. But just think about our people for hundreds and hundreds of years have been neglected or denied certain things that people make jokes out of. Politicians are running on it in elections. Let's not teach their history. Black people benefited from slavery. All this shit that people do every week, we get insulted. But then y'all tune out and say, insult us, disrespect us, and say, help us, pray for us, stand with us, help us rebuild. Fuck you.
Thousands of Maui residents have nowhere to go after the damage caused by wildfires. Tourists are packing the airports. They're trying to get off the island. But for the people that live there, there are not any good options.
Everybody lost everything. We don't offer field. People out here, no nothing. They don't fountain, they don't clothes, they don't nothing out here.
Families are cramming into emergency shelters. But understandably, those facilities are quickly filling up.
It's a little overwhelming. I came earlier just to see what people needed and then went shopping. Because often, you make donations of clothes or whatever, and it's not really.
You're hearing that from Oprah Winfrey. She is in Hawaii helping people devastated by these fires. Today she dropped off some pillows, shampoo, and other items to those evacuees that are being housed inside the War Memorial Gymnasium. Oprah does own property on fire-ravaged Maui. They're being housed inside the War Memorial Gymnasium. Oprah does own property on fire-ravaged Maui. They're being housed inside
Oprah Winfrey is giving pillows and shampoo, ladies and gentlemen. Sleeping bags, etc. Over there after the devastating, horrendous, apocalyptic wildfire that took place over there in Maui and different parts of Hawaii. Oprah Winfrey is giving away pillows, shampoo, and sleeping bags. You know, I spoke to quite a few people earlier today, and a lot of the people of Hawaii, they stand in togetherness, and they know that something is amiss. They know something is daunting going on. They know that there's a lot of corruption. And they're very angry about what's taking place. For those who don't know, Hawaii was illegally occupied by Americans quite some time ago. And I do mean illegally. Just like they go and conquer other land masses, it was the same thing that happened there. Land gets destroyed, so it no longer belongs to the people who first had it, because it takes the value of the land down, and now they're able to occupy it at a very low rate. And this is something they've been doing time and time again. Now, with Oprah Winfrey, I don't know if you all caught this news brief that I'm about to play for y'all rather, that happened about 4 months ago. I need you to hear how much land Oprah was able to acquire before all of this melee, before this catastrophe took place. I want you to hear how much land she has, and then I want you to think about what she had to offer the people. First and foremost, it shouldn't be no cameras there. That should go without saying. If you're going to do something for people, you do it out of the kindness of your heart. The scriptures tell you not to give your alms before men. A lot of people want to be seen. In fact, before I go into the actual news brief, I want you all to hear Oprah upset because her camera crew was actually denied access to Hawaii during this event. When this first took off, her camera crew was denied because it should be obvious that she's exploiting the people. At least that's from my opinion. I can't just straight up and down say she's exploiting the people, but that's what it looks like. So I gotta ask you all, and I'll let y'all vote at the end. I'll let the people speak, right? But peep this.
Thousands of Maui residents.
That's the wrong one. Here we go.
Hey, everybody. You know what this week has taught me is that when you don't know what to do, you do whatever you can. I went to visit one of the big shelters here at the War Memorial and asked people what it is they needed, and then went shopping for some things, some, basic things like towels and sheets and shampoo and other necessities. And at some point I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes have settled here and we figure out what the rebuilding is going to look like. This is going to be a long and difficult process. But spending time at the shelters, I've met so many incredible people. One guy, Julius, I said, spending time at the shelters, I've met so many incredible people. One guy, Julius, I said, spending time.
So, as you can see, she's doing it for the cameras. She's doing it to be seen. She's making it seem like she's on ground zero and taking care of the people, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to see this news brief from a few months ago, right?
There's mixed reaction tonight from Maui, where Oprah Winfrey recently bought hundreds of acres of...
Hold on, what? She bought what? Wait. Hold up. What? Hundreds of acres. She has hundreds of acres. But you're giving the people toothpaste, shampoo, towels. What am I missing here? She says she's getting them necessities, whatever they need, right? They need land to live on. They need places to sleep. They need to get out of the shelter and have a home. You have hundreds of acres available in Hawaii. You don't live in Hawaii, man. But you're getting these people shampoo.
Land and upcountry.
Now, we were the first to tell you about this earlier this week. Some disagree with the buy, but as K24's Ali Dukla explains, two lawmakers say it's actually a good thing.
Some on social media are calling the buy excessive because the millionaire already owns more than 100 acres in upcountry in Hana before buying 870 more acres in Kula.
Whoa, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? So she practically got 1,000 acres. She got 800 acres in Kula. She got another 100 acres in Maui.
We desperately need to know where she is. The most important thing now is bringing her home. Please help US. Her oldest son asks questions.
But the people don't have nowhere to go. But she's on ground zero giving out shampoo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. The clear exploitation going on here. There's so much going on right now where people are coming forward claiming that government officials turned off the water. Turned off the water right when this took place, when this fire came. There is people coming forth and saying that they actually closed school that day. Yeah, they randomly closed school that day. What is going on here? So clearly there was some mixed emotions about Oprah even purchasing this land to begin with, and the people thought it was excessive. And instead of Oprah proving that her purchasing that land wasn't excessive because here the people are in need, let me look out for the people. Let's move them in on the land because somehow her land was unscathed, untouched through all of this. Somehow she ain't got nothing burnt on her land. Now some people are saying, man, Bree, this is crazy, this is deep. Listen, this is deeper than just Oprah Winfrey, and we're gonna go there. We're gonna listen, the rabbit hole goes deep. So I need everybody to pound the like button because ain't nobody bringing you what I'm about to bring you on social media. Some of the things that I'm about to show y'all gonna be like, wow. Y'all gonna be astonished. And I will wait. Everybody gotta hit the like button. Everybody gotta hit the like button. Because what I'm putting out there is gonna really expose these devils for what the agenda is. Oprah spelled backwards is what, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody put Oprah spelled backwards in my chat.
Harpo.
Harpo. My last video, what did I tell y'all? I said harp weather modification. Harpo. I told y'all to study harp weather modification. Oprah spelled backwards is what? Harpo. I'm telling you, man. Listen, Oprah been around for decades, and normally she has this bubbly personality that's very engaging. From all accounts, the people who's been in those shelters basically have been saying that Oprah looks guilty of something. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta be careful which one of these millionaires that you have in your land. Because I can tell you this right now, they act as a Trojan horse. And that's what I believe Oprah's role in all this is. She's a Trojan horse to usher in this chaos. Hot weather modification, I'm telling you. But peep the game, man. Peep the game.
Eggland is treasured here, as you can imagine. It's open space, it's beautiful.
Winfrey bought the agriculturally zoned land from Ulapalakua Ranch for $6.6 million. Our Instagram post of the news garnered hundreds of comments, most of them disapproving the purchase. This is a screenshot of some of the comments. One Maui resident arguing, "Why is this allowed?
Why is this allowed? Why is this allowed?" Somebody says, as if she doesn't have enough land here. She got 1,000 acres of land right now, ladies and gentlemen. And she's sitting in the people's face giving them shampoo. And they need land. They need a place to go. They need somewhere where there's some clean water. They need some shelter. And you can bet your bottom dollar that Oprah has compounds throughout all that land. See, it ain't just open fields. Don't think for a second. And I'm going to say allegedly. She allegedly has compounds, but there is photos out there of a few mansions. There's photos of a few mansions. But here's the thing, man. Greed it's a sick, nasty thing to have on you, man. When you can have all of this, you can have all this land, all this space, all these homes, and you can't live in them. You one person. Oprah don't even have kids, y'all. She don't even have kids. And this is the thing with these billionaires, these rich elitists. We continue to support them in all that they do. And they're not doing nothing for the people. They're not building community. With all the money Oprah has, she should be able to put all those people in communities. You know, $6.6 million that she spent on that land. Do you know that's enough money right there? And you know she got more than that. You know she got hundreds and millions of dollars. Oprah Winfrey has hundreds of millions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what she can do? You know she can take that 1,000 acres and literally make a whole city for those people. She can get the people in there right now to start structuring the architecture. But here's the thing. I personally believe she got all that land because she was previewed a certain information. And the fact that we're allegedly, let's say allegedly with this one, Hawaii allegedly will become the first place as a smart city. Oprah was getting her stock in place because she knew what was going to happen, and she knew that the city was going to need mass reconstruction, and a lot of the land that she bought is going to be for the people, but it's going to be under the close observation and scrutiny of the elite. And it'll be a smart city ran by Oprah Winfrey. Y'all gotta understand, Oprah is a mega maniacal psychopath. This woman has something called the Church of Oprah, where people was praying and worshiping her. The rabbit hole goes deep, y'all.
Councilmember Yukile Sugimura, who holds the Upcountry residency seat, lives about 30 minutes away from Winfrey.
Yeah, the same Oprah that don't believe in Christ. That Oprah.
I'm gonna guess that she has an access to your hog problem in her yard.
That's an issue Sugimura is welcoming Winfrey to become involved in, trying to mitigate the area's rampant deer population.
We're struggling, we're putting tax dollars together to try to...
So they're having certain issues on the land. So here we already have it. Oprah already has showed her true colors. Because the people of Hawaii was already having issues on the land, and they needed things resolved. They needed, certain wildlife mitigated. It's like, okay, Oprah, if you're gonna buy all this land, listen, we're having issues that need to be resolved. If you're gonna be here and you buy all this land, you're not really putting nobody on the land. You're not helping anybody. Can you help us resolve these issues? That's what the people of Hawaii wanted to know. All right, you can buy all that land, have it all. I don't know what you're doing over there. That all that land for you and yourself. I don't know what you're doing, but listen, if you're gonna have all that, help us with these issues. They ain't asked to live on your land. At least help with those issues.
Fencing and culling, we want to protect our food for food security as well as protect the watershed. So those are the big issues, and she's stepping right into the big issues.
Sugimura says she appreciates how Winfrey hires local residents for work on her property and other roles. Maui Senator Linda Coit points out Winfrey, who has been a part-time Maui resident for about 15 years.
A part-time resident. And now the people need that land. They need that space. What is Oprah going to do?
Has made contributions to the community. In 2021, Winfrey donated $100,000 to the
$100,000 is nothing to Oprah.
Women's Fund of Hawaii. DeCoit adds, much of the land Winfrey buys on the island remains undeveloped.
She's always been a great steward of our land, we're looking to preserve it.
That's why DeCoit calls the acquisition a positive purchase.
I wish we had more.
So she bought all this land. Some of it is still undeveloped. Now the people need the land. Now Oprah, take your millions of dollars, develop the land, and look out for the people. And the land that you do have developed, why don't you let the people live on it? Since that's just a part-time residence, you can buy. Oprah has enough money to go ahead and go buy another 200, 300, 400 acres somewhere else. Easy. She can buy another. Honestly, Oprah has enough money, she could buy another 1,000 acres of land outside of the land that she got and build on that for the people if she wanted to. But the elite don't have that in the cards for her. And I do mean in the cards, and we'll talk about that. They don't have that in the cards for Oprah.
More people like her that consider when they purchase lands, that they consider some of the reactions of the community from the past of how we've just been inundated with just a whole lot of development and tourism.
Ulupalaquil Ranch declined comment on the transaction, and we have been trying to get into contact with Winfrey and her organization. Ali Duklo.
It's amazing how Oprah donated money to Hawaii, the beautiful Hawaii that happens to be a tourist spot. But Oprah is from Liberia. Her family is connected to Liberia, but she ain't done a damn thing for Liberia. Very, very interesting. Very interesting stuff there. Now, when I said that it's not in the cards for Oprah Winfrey to help, ladies and gentlemen, I meant it. Yo, what is that? Q? I appreciate it. It says, let me see. I can't read it right now. You have to give me a moment, and I'll read that super chat. I do appreciate it because my screen is pulling up more than one thing at the moment. But let me see. Let's see. It says, hold on. Timothy 6:9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for the support. Now, I'm gonna blow the screen up here. What y'all looking at is the Illuminati card game. Y'all see that card right there? When I tell you this is deeper than Oprah Winfrey, you need to understand that these people, they're going to take advantage of every chaotic event that takes place. They take advantage of every tragedy. And they plan these tragedies in advance. The Illuminati cards, they put it out there, man. This is how these people operate. This is a game to them. This is a game. This Illuminati card game, for those who don't know, came out in the 90s. Yes, the 90s, ladies and gentlemen. The 90s. It's a big game to the people. To these people. Yep, somebody said Oprah Winfrey's net worth is $2.5 billion. 2.5, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, damn. But she's over there giving these people shampoo, buying sleeping bags. Nothing but a tax write-off. The Illuminati card game. I want somebody to pull up the actual date. Pull up the date for me. When it was made. Because I don't know if it's 90. I don't know if it's 94 or 95. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up right here, real quick. Was it 93? Was it 94 or 95? About to tell y'all right now. Alright, so it was 1995. It's 95. See? The booster pack came out 95. Oh, the limited, okay, 94 and 95, both answers are correct. Because there was two versions. There was a 94 version and a 95 version. Yep. And here's one of the cards. I'm going to read what's on the screen here. What the card says, ladies and gentlemen. Peep the game, y'all. It reads, the traditional vacation spot for the world's middle class, Hawaii gives one extra action token to the group that controls it. If that group is corporate, wow. It gives one action move, and then you have the middle class being thrown into what looks like a pit of lava or fire of some sort. And ladies and gentlemen, if you were watching the news earlier, there were all kind of tourists fleeing back home. They were all at the airports trying to get away. See, this was meant not only to hit the locals, but this was meant to hit tourists as well. They want to end this as a vacation spot because if you look at it, it's time for corporations to take over. Now the corporate entities like BlackRock, yeah. Now these corporate entities are ready to take over, usher in smart cities, usher in the artificial intelligence. That's what's taking place right now. I mean, this stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen, is just the truth. It's the truth. Again, look at Oprah Winfrey doing it all for the show. She was the puppet being used here.
Hey, everybody. You know what this week has taught me is that when you don't know what to do, you do whatever you can. I went to visit one of the big shelters here at the War Memorial and asked people what it is they needed, and then went shopping for some things, some, basic things like towels and sheets and shampoo and other necessities. And at some point I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes have settled here and we figure out what the rebuilding is going to look like. This is going to be a long and difficult process. But spending time at the shelters, I've met so many incredible people. One guy, Julius, I said, spending time at the shelters, I've met so many incredible people. One guy, Julius, I said, spending time at the shelters.
Damn tax write-off. Ladies and gentlemen, why did Oprah say she's going to wait till after the smoke clears to make that charitable donation to see what the rebuilding is going to cost? Why not move people to the land right now?
Right.
Why not make the charitable contribution now to assist with the rebuilding?
Right.
Right now.
Right.
Why not move the people on your land until, how about this? Why not, Oprah, move the people on the land out of harm's way, have some, even if she has some tents set up. If she had some tents set up, had food, refreshments, everything, where these people can stay on her land. Everybody who's been displaced. And then, in the meantime, in between time, be building up the rest of the land. Making donations to build the land up. The people already didn't want you there in the first place. And you had the nerve to bring your cameras in and show off in front of the people. I believe personally that this is obvious exploitation. Because if you're going to go on ground zero and help the people, just do it. Yeah, Oprah's a freaking billionaire, ladies and gentlemen. Why not just, it's so much that she can do, and I don't think people wrapping their mind around how much Oprah can do, y'all.
Right.
I believe personally that Oprah is a corporation. So when this Illuminati card says what it says, I'm going to read it again. The traditional vacation spot for the world's middle class, Hawaii gives one extra token to the group that controls it. If that group is corporate, listen, Oprah Winfrey is a corporation, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about that. And the scriptures tell you not to show you doing for the people. Like she could have sent off this contribution without nobody knowing, ladies and gentlemen. But she want to be seen. She want to make it seem like she there for the people. She didn't have to get on camera and try to push her way in there. Do you know how disgusting that is to do to the people? Just like those people who give homeless people food and stuff, and they got the camera right there. Hey man, you hungry? Hey man, I got you some shoes. I got you this, that, and the third. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I'm gonna just say this right now. Anybody who do that on social media, I'm gonna just tell you like this: you are a shitty person. Real talk. Because you just want to be seen. You legit just want to be seen like you a good person. You're a horrible person, man. Why not just give it to the people without them knowing? Why exploit the people like that? In their time of need, in their time of hurt. Why do that?
Right.
You would never listen. You would never know what I'm doing for the people because I would never put it on camera. And plus, the Most High allowed us to revolutionize charity. We use our love note system, and we don't be calling out names of who we help and all of that. The people know. The people know who get what they get. We don't have to call it out. Only thing we do is tell y'all when it's a cause, and we allow people who want to give the opportunity to give, and those people get those things distributed to them. We're not running around with no damn cameras trying to be seen. Oprah is too rich to be trying to do that. A straight up witch. Straight up, man. Look at this, man.
Hey, everybody. You know what this week has taught me?
Thousands of Maui residents have nowhere to go after the damage caused by wildfires.
Notice off the break, she said thousands of people have nowhere to go. She got 1,000 acres of land. She got various compounds. You telling me Oprah Winfrey can't get thousands of people on 1,000 acres of land? Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to stop this right here. You remember that guy was saying about those missing children? And whole groups of children? I wonder they could, and it's allegedly, could they be somewhere on that island? Under her? You never know, man. I'm just speculating. Because there's no way that we know. But, because the guy before that saying that, where are all these children? Why are they missing? Where did they go? Did they burn up or anything? No one knows. And see, people like Oprah Winfrey, you know what the alleged that they do, right? One word, Pizzagate. Look it up. That's all I'm going to say. But that's what they do. But that's allegedly. And that other stuff that he was saying, it could be with the weather. But the other guy, he was saying whatever. But I know it's something strange, something going on when you have people come up missing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll let you put that thought together. Just allegedly. I don't want to say, but it's just that I think that's kind of odd. What he just got done saying. 1,000 acres. Why did she don't want to distribute that? She probably don't want no one knowing what she doing with some of that property. If she having it, that's my conclusion. I don't trust people like Oprah Winfrey. There's many people, even celebrities, coming out about her, saying how she really is behind the scene. And in the end, the Almighty is going to deal with her accordingly. Just a matter of time. Because she knew what the Lord was about when she was young, but she gave over to the other system. All I'm going to say about that, but sit down and think about what that previous video said. And just to see what it said, but I didn't want to go too much in on this video. But yeah, something don't sound right. And you see how people all of a sudden they want to buy land over there. People, they in the grieving process, they want to buy their land. That sounds suspicious right there. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is some food for thought. But yeah, people like Oprah, don't trust them. I think, like he just said, they just do that just to make themselves look good on camera, but they don't give a damn. And just like the previous video, they didn't give a damn when she was in Chicago. What makes you think she gonna care about these people? I think the part where don't even want to be black. The more money she got, I think the less black she got. That's a whole nother topic in that. Well, alright then. Hope you enjoy this video. Share it next time. I see you on the next video. Take care. Like and subscribe.